What's going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on, you guys? I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I'm sorry about that. I had a whole can of peanuts sitting up here, and I was trying to hurry up and put them away before the theme music went off. But then I dropped the whole damn thing of peanuts on the floor. So I was scrambling to pick them up as as the thing stopped. So that's why I was kind of muted at the beginning. But anyway, you guys, I'm here to talk about the Erica Mena interview with Carlos King. She talked about a lot from the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta production to Mona Scott to Yandy Smith to even Sierra, her friendship with Sierra and how that's going and stuff like that. So we're gonna have a few things to discuss. Depending on how I feel, I might do an open panel. I really don't know. I don't know if I'll do it right now or if I'll do it later. I'm not really sure. But we're gonna get into some things today. Now, before we get into what we're here to talk about, we're gonna go ahead and get into what we got coming up on the platform. Now, as y'all know, that tomorrow is Wednesday, so that's the Chasing panel. Okay, we will be together tomorrow to discuss the brand new episode of Chasing Atlanta. Then on Saturday afternoon, there's the new episode of One on One featuring Ashley Miller. Make sure you guys tune into that. The link won't be available until Friday night after we are done filming it. Then on Saturday night, there's the Love and Marriage Huntsville live review. And then on Monday night, the Whether You Like It or Not panel returns, okay? And we will be talking about all things Real Housewives of Potomac. And as you know, I do live reviews on the Real Housewives of Potomac as well. So I'll be going live right after the show on every Sunday, all right? Every single Sunday. Only if I'm not in town is the only time that I won't be able to do it. But any other time, I definitely will be, in the building, going live to talk about whatever's going on with Real Housewives of Potomac and stuff. So that's pretty much all that we got on the church announcements right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a play-by-play of the Carlos King interview. I won't put it on the screen, but y'all can definitely hear it. We're gonna listen. We're gonna stop because this could be my first time listening to it, because I ain't really listened to it because I was at work when this shit came out. So I'm listening to it right alongside you guys. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I know we got 57 people in the building right now, but I know how my lives do. We won't stop till we get to 100. That's how we do. But right now, we're gonna get into it. Let me know if y'all can hear it once it plays, and we're gonna listen in. So let's listen in on what Carlos King and Erica Mena said. Y'all know we're going to gradually stop at certain points to have conversation, and that will be about it. So let's get into it, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear it once it plays.
Listen, the elephant in the room is the monkey comment with Spice. Mm-hmm. And what we saw were the two of you with Shakana at a restaurant. You leaned in, tried to give her a kiss. She rejected it a little bit. Y'all sit down. Words started to fly. She made a comment about your son doesn't like you. Mm-hmm. And your face was gone. When you talk about how that relationship with Safari took the life out of you, I think we all saw how that comment
y'all hear it
sucked the life out of you to the point where it appeared that you weren't there anymore. And switched. You flip this table and you charge at her, and in the midst of that, you refer to her as a monkey.
Outside.
Explain to us.
Here she go. Outside. I did it outside. It doesn't matter where you did it. You still called her a monkey. Girl, I'm already annoyed. I'm telling you right now, I'm already annoyed. Okay. Let me see. I got a super chat. It says, finally I catch a live on payday. Thank you for the super chat. First of all, I don't care if it was outside, Erica. It doesn't make it right. Like, why doesn't she understand? She already trying to deflect and make herself right in this situation, and she's not right at all. But we're going to go ahead and continue on, y'all. Let's continue.
What was going on in that moment?
there's a lot that happened inside that establishment that wasn't edited out. So when I flipped the table up, Spice got up and fell flat on her face because of all the food. Next thing you know, security, all of that stuff, mayhem comes, da da da. I get back on one of the couches and I start throwing shit at her. I wasn't done. So eventually they take me outside. Okay? I'm outside at first, talking with producers. Why does she keep coming for my son? Da da da. Next thing you know, she comes to the window where I'm standing at and is lifting up the blinds, banging on the window. Next thing you know, I see her, she putting her ass in the window. So between the banging and her putting her ass, right then and there, I'm like, oh, this bitch is taunting me. After what she just said, she's taunting me. And she's still yelling, yes, that's why your son answered, that's why your son. And the only reason why I heard that is because as this is going on, the door of the establishment, this is where she's standing, I'm standing here, and there's a door. So the door of the establishment keeps coming out because of cameras, and people and security that are trying to balance out what's inside. So I hear her inside yelling, your son hits you. That's why your son hit you, while she's banging on the window, throwing her ass up. And honestly, it wasn't anything but her banging on the window and her putting her ass reminded me of that in that moment. Not a race.
Girl, what? What? Girl, let me rewind this. Let me rewind this just a little bit, y'all, because I'm really trying to make sense of this. Let me rewind this.
They're trying to balance out what's inside. So I hear her inside yelling, your son hits you. That's why your son hit you, while she's banging on the window, throwing her ass up. And honestly, it wasn't anything but her banging on the window and her putting her ass reminded me of that in that moment. Not a race.
So because she was at the window, shaking her ass in the window, yelling, that meant for you to call her a monkey. It reminded you of a monkey. So that's why you said that. So you basically trying to say that you called Spice a monkey because you felt that she was acting like one. No. No. That's a clear deflection, and you're trying to get yourself out of something that you placed yourself in. That is not the reason. So stop lying, Erica. Stop lying. Okay, just stop. Because what was the excuse of you calling Johnny Blaze a damn monkey a couple of years ago? What was your excuse with that? Because y'all was on social media arguing. So what did you call her a monkey for? If we're really going to go there and we're really going to have conversations about this and we're really going to try to make sense of this, why did you call her a damn monkey? Girl, no. You called her a fucking monkey because you wanted to call her a motherfucking monkey, and because that's what you were, it was about race, because you always say racial and colorist ass shit all the time. So, girl, miss me with that. Please miss me with it, Erica. I'm just saying, miss me with it. Tell me something, it's not about a race. Like, girl, what? It don't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
But her banging on the window and her putting her ass reminded me of that in that moment. Not a race, an individual. Her, the way she's bantering me from inside, putting her ass and banging. So what do you think? Like, you're an animal. Was it the wrong choice of animal? Yes. But in that moment, I felt completely violated by a woman that I really respected. I respected Spice so much. She actually came on Atlanta around the same time as me. I related to her because of how we hustle and bustle. And our babies, we got to sacrifice so much time away from them to do that. It's a common story me and her have. It's something I've always related to her with from the time I met her. Like, I thought it was always so great, especially because I've been there. You're flying, like your kids in Jamaica doing this, and you're flying here, like the way I used to do for New York, to provide and start a new life, a new chapter. And, so it was very relatable to me, which is why, regardless of what we were going to sit down and talk about, I gave her that respect and giving her, and I like respecting her. Anybody I respect, I love, I always give kisses. It's just so. You know what's crazy, Carlos, is that when I first found out about Spice being in a hospital, I found out from really good friends of mine that live in Jamaica. And for a while, I'm like, when I first found out, I received the message. I'm like, what's going on? Now, obviously, no one knows that she's in DR or anything like that. So it was something I'm new to. I'm like, what's going on? Da, da, da. So I start calling Carly Red. She doesn't pick up. Next thing you know, I call Sierra and Bambi, and we're on 3 a.m. I'm like, yo, I just heard something's not good with Spice, blah, 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 blah. But I say all that to say, in that moment, when she mentioned my son, I was so thrown off, because just months prior, when I found out about her and her situation, you know who was the first thing I thought about? Do you want to guess?
Her kids.
Her kids. God forbid something happens to her kids. That's something I think about for my own. So it's just so to me. Here's this woman that's attacking me for the same things that we're so common about. At the same time, it's like,
girl, shut the fuck up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Where are the violins? Where the fucking violins at? Like, girl, shut up. It's just another sad love song wrecking my brain like crazy. Guess I'm all torn up, be it fast or slow. It doesn't let go or shake me. And it's all because of Spice. Woo! Like, girl. Your feelings was that hurt that you decided to call somebody a racial slur, something that you knew was a racial slur. Like, girl, please don't get that to me. And then the fact that you want to say that she was acting like an animal, girl, what do you be acting like half the time you on this show? Like, girl, let's be for real. Let's be 100. You want to bring up her kids and how you were worried about her kids and how you felt about her kids when Spice was in the hospital and all this other crap you're talking about. But yet, you know what I'm saying? You want to use that as a sympathy point so folks can feel bad for you and feel sorry for you. This is not the way the world turns, Erica. Don't nobody give a really. You just want people to not call you out on what you need to be called out about. Like, girl, get the fuck up out of here. I don't give a what kids you were worried about. You still didn't have to call her a damn monkey. You feel like she attacked your parenthood? All right. You could have attacked hers, but instead you went to call her a damn monkey, something, like I said, once again, something that you knew would be offensive, something that you knew was a slur, period. You knew that, but you didn't give a damn. And everybody can sit up here and say, war is war and all is fair in love and war. And, you know, low blows are low blows and all this other shit. I don't care. At the end of the day, we cannot like Spice all the we want to. We can say that all day. But Erica still took it to a whole nother level when she called that lady a damn monkey. And it's so funny that a lot of you pro-black motherfuckers don't even give a fuck about this shit, because it's just like, she called her, she talked about a child. She didn't talk about a child. She said a child didn't like her. That's not talking about her child. It's talking about her as a fucking parent. She didn't say nothing about her child. Like, what are you saying, Erica? And what are you saying to the people that's in the comments on the shade room in the neighborhood talking every damn where else that's defending this shit? There's nothing to defend. I don't see how anybody don't see that this ain't to motherfucking defend. It's indefensible, period. The But then when people, because even today, when a clip of this interview was posted on Neighborhood Talk, because like I said, this is my first time really watching this interview because I've been at work all day. So even when they posted a clip of this interview on the Neighborhood Talk, and I was seeing all these black women in the comments defending her, and all I could say was, it really baffles me as to how many people are really defending her. And then somebody gonna comment behind me and say, I find it baffling that some of y'all can't get the fuck over it. Get the fuck over it or grow the fuck up and all this other shit. No, bitch, you grow the fuck up. You get the fuck over it. Because I'm a black person. And I'll be damned if some Latino person called me a damn monkey. If that's the case, I should be allowed to call them a motherfucking taco. If that's the case, I should be able to call them a damn speak and get away with it. I should be able to say all the nasty vile slurs about their motherfucking ass all the fuck I want to, if that's the damn case. Are you gonna tell me to grow the fuck up then? Erica been saying colorist shit. She been a racist. She been saying that stuff. And the fact is she got away with it for so long that didn't nobody see anything wrong with it. But now the folks are on her motherfucking ass about it. That's the difference. And ain't nobody taking her no more. She's a garbage ass person. She been despicable. I ain't never liked her. And that's just that. Scrappy said something about you as a mother too. Didn't he bring up your son too? You didn't go that far. You didn't take it to another level with him. So why you doing it with her? Because Scrappy's black dick. So therefore you don't have a problem with the black dick. It's the black woman that you got the motherfucking problem with. Girl, bye. We see right through you. We see right through you. Y'all, let me put this up here for I need to put my phone on vibrate so it won't go off while we up here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, you like the black dick. You don't like the black woman. You like the black dick. That's why you didn't have nothing to say about Scrappy. So you must know that you are a terrible parent. You must know that because Spice ain't the only one that said it. Let's continue.
Like, I just thought about her kids and like, God forbid, like what happens knowing she's a provider, knowing that that's all they have. God forbid something really happened to that woman. It's her kids. But I know the information, well, the person that made her feel comfortable enough to even speak on it, you know what I'm saying? Should have never made you feel that comfortable, especially coming from a man that you know is just as bad as your baby daddy. Probably worse. Spice doesn't have the healthiest relationship with her kid's father, just like I don't have mine. So you're taking information from somebody that you know has been dog walking me and now wants to change the narrative on something he created for himself. So, you know, she's calling him, telling him, oh, she's saying you're not paying child support and this, that, and the third. And oh, well, that's why her son don't like her. So whatever. And right then and there is when I realized, oh, you're using Safari's information or whatever. I instantly knew. But my whole point is you're using information from a man that you know is no secret not to really be trusted and is manipulative and whatever, just like your kid's father. So you're using this information to attack me, but here I am like in the same boat as you. We are so similar. The only difference is the obvious, but everything else, we're very much the same as far as mothering. And that's why too, it pisses me off when she says she didn't come from my kid, she came from my parenting. Who the f you to comfort either? Because
But who the were you to come for Scrappy's parenting? See, this is the stuff I'm talking about. It's funny when things happen to you, but you don't like it. But you can sit up here and speak on Scrappy as a damn father based off the things that Bambi said, your friend. So it's like you can sit up here and listen to the stuff that Bambi says about Scrappy, which might be true, but you can sit up there and listen to that and throw that in his face. But when Safari come and tell Spice something about your ass and talk about how your son don't like you and all this other stuff, then you're gonna say, who are you and how can you speak on my parenting, and who are you and why are you listening to Safari because he's not trustworthy and stuff like that. But you can sit up and listen to somebody else's sob story about their baby dad. But can't nobody listen to the shit that you say. And on top of that, it got to be something along the lines of whatever Safari said got to be a fact. Because Scrappy brought it up too. So did you tell Bambi something about your kid? And Bambi probably was pillow talking with her husband and told Scrappy about it. It got to be some truth to what's being said here. And that's why you so damn mad. But okay. Let's continue.
because I'm sure you're not nobody can say they're the perfect fucking mother. There's no way in the world. There's no handbook for being a mother for anyone to say that. But I just found that to be so ironic and full circle. Like, I thought about her kids in such a crazy moment, and here I am trying to clarify, because that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to clarify this fabricated story that Safari told her and give my side to it. If you feel however you feel after you hear my side, so be it. At least I told you what it was. So if you need backstory, Safari had told Spice in voice messages. Now, this was done on camera, but wasn't aired. Sierra, Bambi were all in the scene at Carly Red's baby shower for her daughter. And Spice is playing voice notes of Safari telling her how when I told him about her and her situation that he started crying. And I was upset that he started crying, and I started breaking things all over the house. I was upset, according to him. You know that shit ain't. First of all, Safari crying for someone other than himself? Show me Safari crying for someone other than himself if he's not on TV faking.
Just like you're in this interview faking. When do you ever cry about somebody besides yourself? See, everything that you're saying about Safari can also apply to you. That's why y'all were good for each other, but that's also why y'all were bad for each other. Because both of you motherfuckers is the same bitch. So what are you talking about? You being fake right now in this motherfucking interview. You being fake as hell right now. So what gives, Erica? What the gives is what I'm saying. What gives? Because it's like you don't want to take accountability for anything. You want to keep blaming everything on somebody else. Take accountability for the that you did. Take the fucking accountability. Because it doesn't make any sense, Erica. It just don't. Like, and you talking in this interview and you saying a whole bunch of nothing. You talking, but you not talking. You know what I mean? So, girl, get to the point. Say I take accountability for being a racist ass mother. Do that. But you're not going to do that because it's just too much like right. Quick to call somebody else fake crying, but this is what you're doing right now. And Carlos sitting his ass up there with his violins, binding to your bullshit. Knowing what you are. You another Evelyn. Another one. And it's self-importance that you got is on 10, honey. I wish I thought I was that motherfucking important. Let's continue.
Because we've seen him cry before, and that was... So I just wanted to clarify what the happened. And what really happened was simple. I told him what happened. He made a comment. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do with myself if something happened to Spice. I said, well, damn, I was your wife and you didn't do a thing. You didn't even flinch. That was my initial, but it's also organic to kind of like, here you are, and you should feel whatever, because I felt whatever, but you're telling that to the wrong person, first of all. I'm still going through, and you're going to tell me you don't know what to do with yourself if something happened to a woman. But yet I was just in the hospital, so was your son, and you were on a full-blown vacation. So without even getting too crazy, that's really what happened. But he told her that I literally was going nuts because he was crying over her.
So
And that I was saying all types of and that I didn't like her and all this stuff. Now, this is voice notes that a grown man is sending another woman about his baby mother, ex-wife. So you're starting, not only do you pillow talk to your broads about your ex-wife, baby mother, but you're also gossiping to her coworkers and causing conflict. That's what led us to have that sit down. Because I felt it was important, because Spice was really believing Safari's story. And I was just like, wait a minute, like, girl, I was hysterically crying for you. Like, I love you. Like, up until that point, yeah, I have so much love for Spice. I still do.
So when you said the
You still do, girl. Ugh.
monkey comment, obviously you do not realize that that word is considered to be a racial slur when it comes to the description of Black people. Even naming animals after us, right? Because what I want to talk to you about too is a lot of people are split on this, right? Some people say, no, she knew what she was doing. She's a smart girl. She knows that. Calling a Black person monkey is a racial slur. A lot of people are also saying, no, you come for my kid. I'm coming for you back. All bets are off. Look, I'm a Black person. And one thing that I did want to talk to you about is the fact that when it comes to that word, I really am curious in terms of, did you have any idea that that word was considered a racial slur? Because what people have discovered is your usage of it in the past.
It's been used by me, but not because I meant it in anything racial.
Girl, shut. It doesn't matter how you use it, dummy. It's gonna always have a racial undertone in it, you fool. Are you stupid or not? Anyway, when you speak on a Black person, I don't give a what it is. Anytime you call a Black person a motherfucking monkey, that's using it in a racial way. Girl, you knew. Stop playing with me. Okay? Stop playing with me because you knew. I've used it in the past. Yes, I have. But it wasn't anything racial. Yes, the fuck it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So you can sit up here and play with me all the fuck you want to, but you know what that means. Like, where my laxatives at? Where, like, I be like, for real. Where are my laxatives, honey? Where are they? Yeah. Because I don't know. I must have used them all because she really needs some because she full of because, girl, are you serious? You can't be serious. Like, I know that you're full of and I know that Carlos can smell the that's coming out of your mouth. Your breath probably smells like because it's full of I never used it. I used it in the past, racial way. Oh, if you don't shut your ass up.
It's just, I don't even want to say the wrong thing because I know how sensitive this is. And I want people to understand.
You knew it was sensitive when you said it. You knew it was sensitive when you said it. And you talking about you didn't use it in a racial way. You shouldn't use it at all, dummy.
And that even if I don't have the right words to explain it, I do know the damage. And I'm more.
You knew the damage when you said it. You only trying to sit up here and explain it and flex about it now. It's because you got drugged for it and you losing your jobs. That's the only reason why you sitting up here saying something about it now. Because you already knew. So I don't know what the you talking about.
Remorseful about that.
You're not remorseful. You're not remorseful. You don't feel sorry about saying so shut up.
Because it's like, at the end of the day, I've been on this platform for so long. Mostly because how relatable I've been, regardless if people like me or my antics or whatever, or what I come with, or I'm so used to being loved one week, hate another week. What's important to me is the supporters, the viewers, the people who've been in tune to my life for so long. Those are the people that I'm really genuinely concerned with as far as making amends with. You know, cast members and all that stuff that's falling in line because it's story and producers were told them afterwards and all of that stuff. You know, not so much because they're just in it for an NDA and the check, which we all saw happen at the table.
The same way you said that you would never come back to this damn show. Let's keep it all the way funky, mother. You the same one who set your ass on a reunion during season 5 of Love and Hip Hop New York, saying that you would never come back to the show. You said you was bigger than this mother show. You wouldn't even sit there with the cast no more. You wouldn't even do none of that. You said you would never come back to this show, and you came back years later, and you came back for the what? For the check. So you want to get mad at all the cast members because they're doing what they got to do for their check. But when your ass was 5 miles to empty and your heart and your bank account was running low, you brought your ass right back to the same show that you said that you would never come back on. Okay. So it's so funny how you're on here right now talking shit about the same damn show that you shitted on years ago that you came back to. And none of us wanted your ass back. So you can shut the fuck up, Erica. We don't feel sorry for you. Sit down.
But the people who genuinely are watching me every week, that love and hate me, those are the ones I feel like are more important than anything. Because without them, there isn't this. And I do feel, and I know I disappointed a lot of people.
Not really, because we already knew what you were.
I don't think I can. There aren't real words that I can put together to explain why I've said it in the past.
But you do see why people feel like you say it to these Black people. Right?
It's just a coincidence, but it's not that. And that's why I'm like, because it just so happens to be a coincidence that it is. But I've definitely called my sister a monkey before. And, you know, like, it's a word that I use to insult someone or be playful. Never with intention of being racial or that.
Anytime you say it, it's an intention to be racist. What part of that are you not understanding, Erica? What part are you not understanding this? So you're trying to play in our face and you think that we're stupid and we're not. First of all, shout out to the people that are just now coming into the chat. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. We almost had 200 people in the chat, y'all. Make sure you guys are subscribing if you haven't already, and make sure you guys are liking up this video. It keeps us in our algorithm and it keeps the people watching. Make sure you guys are doing that, doing that, doing that. I hope you guys are enjoying the show as we continue, because we got a lot more to cover. All right. But yeah, just like Nikki in the chat said, she is definitely stuck on stupid, and she doesn't really give a, because she only cares about her chick. She don't care about nothing else. She don't feel no real remorse.
Like I'm raised in my family alone. I'm blended, you know, like there's not a racial bone in my body. Now that it's out there, and it has me very mindful. Like, obviously I cannot ever say this ever again.
Let me ask you this, and I'm going to cut you off because I want to have this conversation with you because I really want to understand the backstory too. So when you would say in the past, no one would ever check you on it, because one thing I will say about is this: as a Black person, and I'm very honest when it comes to, like, I'm not perfect. Do I use the N-word? Yeah. With that being said, I'm Black. I feel like we own it. Be very real with you. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I moved to New York in my early 20s. And obviously, New York is a big melting pot, you know, of different cultures, Caribbean cultures, all that. And I remember seeing a large group of Latin men and women use it, and it was so jarring to me. Then one day, J-Lo using it in a song, and then she said, well, Ja Rule wrote it for me, but I would never say anything to hurt the Black community. But I always feel like when you're faced with something of that magnitude, do you have people around you who's like, look, girl, I know you didn't mean it that way, but it's offensive. Just like I had to teach men in my family, like, you can't say, like, you know, you can't say, and they're like, why? I'm like, cause it's a gay slur. I'm gay.
That's what makes this whole thing very complicated and tricky, and that's why it's like, at the end of the day,
there's nothing complicated or tricky about it. You're a disgusting person, and monkey is a slur, and you decided to use it, and you thought that you were going to get away with it. That's all this is. There's nothing confusing about it. It's black and white. Monkey is a slur. It has a racial background to it. The fuck? How stupid are you? I'm just saying. The fuck out of here.
I can't justify anything. I just want to take accountability, and I just want people to know now more than ever, the state of being mindful and more aware of the things I say and do is officially solidified in my life. Especially because out of all the things that I've done on Love and Hip Hop, this right here has been the biggest backlash I've ever gotten. And it doesn't even matter how I feel anymore or ever. It
How you felt never mattered.
matters my supporters and what they feel, and the viewers and what they feel. You know, that's who I want to apologize to those people that found it offensive. And I want to really clarify, and I wish I had the words, because I've been sitting on this for this moment, like, how do I explain this? There is no way, but just, I fucked up. Have I fucked up before? Yes. Will this fuck help me prevent fuck like this again? Absolutely. But I'm not racist. And I'm not a colorist.
Yes, you are.
And I'm sorry to the people who
And you're not sorry to the people that now. You're not sorry. So you can cry me a damn river. You can cry me a damn river. You ain't sorry. The only time I bet you any kind of money, if Love and Hip Hop and MTV decided not to fire your long-faced ass, you would have never got on anybody's interview and did all this fake ass crying and apologizing. Girl, shut what my mother calls the fuck up. Because you don't feel bad about a motherfucking thing. So stop acting like you do, because you don't. Okay? Be real. Be all the way real, and keep it all the way a buck. You don't feel bad about nothing. You don't feel about nothing. What you feeling is them pockets hurting. That's what the fuck you feeling. You and these now that's TV tears that you trying to cry. We don't give a. We don't give a. So why don't you shut the fuck up? Because we don't give a about the motherfucking tears of yours. Like, girl, shut up. Shut up. Doing all that damn crying, and you not tugging at our heartstrings at all. You not. It ain't working. What Lauryn Hill said, it ain't working. No, it ain't working. And when I try to walk away, you hurt yourself to make me stay. This is crazy. Oh, this is crazy. Shout out to the 200 people that's in the chat. If you're brand new to the platform, go on subscribe. But anyway, let's continue on, y'all. Let's continue.
Offended. I don't want this fuck up to make people feel any differently about me, because
we already felt this way about you, girl. We already felt this way about you. I don't understand. We already felt this way. You think this is something new for us? Our voices just got a little bit louder this time. We've been feeling this way about you, girl. We have. I'm not a racist or colorist. Yes, the fuck you are. Yes, you are. You are a little colorist. You a lying little colorist. We don't believe anything you're saying. So please shut up, Erica. You trying real hard, but it ain't working.
Because of this. You know, like, especially people who have been rooting for me all this time, and then this happened, and now they feel some type of way. Those are the people that
We've been feeling some type of way. The fuck.
What would you like to say to the Black community? Because there's a large percentage of people in the Black community who feel this way, Erica. They feel like when it comes to some Latin women, it's like, y'all love black dick.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want our rhythm, but not our blues. Mm-hmm. Y'all love to immerse yourselves in Black culture. Mm-hmm. Y'all like to cosplay as Black women. A lot of Black people do feel that way, and they feel like when it comes...
But it's crazy because just as much as Black women get shit, we get shit too. We can't, like, Latin women are always labeled as...
Girl, no, you're not trying to compare Black women's struggles to Latin women's struggles. You have the audacity and the nerve to sit up here and do this and act like you motherfuckers are so oppressed that you can relate. No, you cannot. Black women do not have the same struggles as Latin women. Stop trying to compare. You cannot compare the two at all. You stupid motherfucker. You cannot compare the two. Stop trying. Every time you open up your mouth, every time you try to explain yourself, you show how stupid of a mother you really are. It's about time that you shut the fuck up. But see, Carlos set his ass right there and let your ass hang yourself out like you was some clothes on the damn clothespin in the backyard. That's exactly how you look. You look stupid. You look dumb as, and you keep on speaking and you're not saying nothing but dumb ass that's gonna get you more backlash. Cause we see right through your bullshit. You sitting here on his couch, interviewing with Carlos and crying like you in a Tyler Perry play, and you want to sit up here and make us feel bad for you. We don't give up. Because you didn't give up when you called that girl a damn monkey. You didn't give up when you said all this other about other Black women. You the one who said that a lot of people are jealous of Latin women, and that included Black women. Girl, shut the fuck up. You've been saying a lot of problematic ass shit for the longest time. And now you getting checked for it, and your checks has checked you by walking the fuck out of your damn pockets. And you can't take that shit. That's all I'm saying. Shut up. We don't care about your violins. We don't care about your street symphony. Okay? Never thought I'd be afraid to trust somebody that I love so much. If I can get him out of the streets, then he can come back to me. Like, girl, bye. We don't care. We don't give a fuck. We don't care. That's what you need to understand. Like, you sitting up here on this couch giving I try to say goodbye and I choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. Like, girl, shut up. Anyway.
This women that just want to come and take people's men and all,
But that's what you are, though.
all of that stuff. And it's like, it's sad, but both ends, no matter what the race is, we're constantly judging and like pointing the finger at each other when, you know?
Yeah.
But yet we're purposely dividing ourselves. You know?
It's the fact that you really think that you can compare Black women's issues to Latino women's issues. You can sit up there with a straight face. You can sit there with a straight face that you sat in the sun to tan and look like our Black women, because that's what she did. Did y'all, if for those of you who didn't see the interview, you see that face? It's tan like a mother. She want to be Black so bad. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see that? She want to be Black so bad, girl. She sat up in the damn sun before this interview so she can address the racial remarks and slurs that she made. So she said, I'm going to tan myself and look like a Black woman so won't nobody say nothing. Girl, please. You want to be Black so bad and you're not. You want to be one of us so bad and you are not. So stop. And it's the fact that you want to compare Black women issues to Latino women issues and stuff like that. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. It will never be the same, and it can't be the same. Stop. You just made yourself look dumb. But you can't make yourself look like something that you already are. So, whatever. That's my fault.
You know? When really, like, that's why growing up in New York was such a beautiful thing for me, because you know, my best friend was Black. My cousin is married Black, so I have Black cousins, and you know, like, it's always been a melting pot. It's never been separated. We've just all been infused together. You know, that's the way of New York. You know,
that doesn't mean you have the right to call Black people. That doesn't mean that you have the right to call Black people monkeys. It doesn't mean that you have the right to call Black folks roaches. I don't care where you from. Because, see, that shit can fly in New York, but if you come down this way with that shit, you're going to get your ass beat. It's plain and simple. Call a Black girl a monkey down here, you're going to get your ass beat. Call a Black girl down here, you're going to get your ass beat. That's just what it is. This ain't New York.
we're all in this big melting pot together. But what I want to say to the women that feel that way, I know it's going to take time. But if I can be given that, not only will I be making up for that, but I will constantly be doing my best to remind them how sorry I am.
Girl, please. Now, let me address one of these comments here. Now, I see a couple of y'all are saying, y'all don't, I think some of y'all, okay, so let's look at this. Don't put that on New York. Some of us from New York don't like that ish either. Okay, that's the first thing. It's not flying in New York either. She's lying. Okay, Scotty, that ish do not fly in New York. New Yorkers made them feel comfortable saying it. I hate that New York made some of these non-Black Hispanics feel untouchable. That's all I'm saying, because I don't want to generalize all New Yorkers and make it seem like that's what they allow. So I'm not even gonna say that. But what I will say is this: I have been friends with New Yorkers before, and I've heard them say that it was never an issue for Latinos to use the N-word from where they're from. Like, facts. Like, they have said that. They said they use it all the time where I'm from, and nobody necessarily has an issue with it. Nobody cares about it. You know, it's just a thing around here. So I assume that most people that's in New York, you know, doesn't mind that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I take from it. I mean, I don't really know. But yeah, that's what I've seen and that's what I've heard. Okay. I know that a lot of people in New York has basically stated that stuff before, like, they don't care about, Latinos using that word. So I don't want nobody to believe that I'm generalizing all New York City people, because I'm definitely not. But just going by some of the things that I've heard some New Yorkers that I know say, that's what they allow. Okay, I get that y'all wouldn't talk about me. Y'all mainly talking about her, but I just had to explain myself, so won't nobody think that that's what I'm doing, because I'm not trying to generalize all y'all, because everybody, I don't want to do that. I don't never want to be that person. All right, let's go ahead and continue.
And the things I do from here on out. And genuinely, just overall, I'm sorry.
Would you like to apologize to Spice for calling her a monkey?
I would have if she was genuinely broken from that comment. But let's go back to the day it happened. She went on live and ranted for 3 hours on live, saying I had all types of STDs, even mentioned Safari a few times. She didn't know I said that. She didn't know I said that until producers told her I said that. What she was more upset about, which made her go on live, her falling flat on her face because she just had surgery. That was the whole thing on why Rashida and Kurt was even pissed, because she just had surgery. Because even Kurt and Rashida went on live. No one mentioned monkey because no one knew about monkey until producers brought it to their attention. The same, literally, we fought. I went about my business the same day, the monkey comment day. She went on live. You could pull it up. It's all over the blogs. I had lawyers contacting me, asking me if I wanted to sue her for defamation, that they were ready to just do it. I didn't even have to put money up, because they were like, you have a case. You could sue rocks off of her. She sat on live for hours at the airport saying I had all types of STDs, saying stuff about me with Safari, ranted about everything. And that was that day. The whole week after that, she was even making posts about my two, like, doing subliminals, like, this is what real life is, her at a stage or whatever. This is what real life is. Ain't no Tubi. So she was even like throwing jabs about me and my movies and this, that, and third for a whole week straight. She was genuinely like, oh my God, she heard me say it and felt, yes. I would really sit up here with my blue shoes in my hand and apologize.
Do you feel like you were set up by production?
I really feel like production went, they were like, oh my God, this is going to be great ratings. Let's go with it. And what they failed to realize is that, yeah, it brought ratings, but it also brought backlash that you now have to save face for, and probably lost a lot of sponsorship. So they really chose to promote racism, but yet they want to have table talks now. And I'm not taking accountability for what
But how did they provoke something that you said? You said it. So how you gonna say they used that to provoke racism? You said it. It's on camera. You said it on your mic. You said it. So stop trying to blame them for what the you said and did. It's like this girl don't want to take no accountability for a motherfucking thing. Come on now. Shout out to Dominique Carter for the super chat. Her and them saltine cracker tears can go and kick rocks. I feel you on that, honey. I definitely feel you on that one.
Yes, I did it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to show that, you should have shown her falling on her face too, because that's really what she was mad about.
What would you like to say to the Black community who are offended by, because you do have a lot of Black supporters?
Well, above all things, I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. And like I said, I really genuinely want to do the work. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I want to do the work to take action to prove that I'm sorry, not just say it and walk away because this is going to die down. That's not my mentality. This is why I'm sitting here with you. If that was the case, I would have just went about my business and not did this. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what it is, but I just feel like this ugly situation is going to lead me to better purpose and trying to do something that's ultimately
Not a better purpose.
It's not about winning anybody over either. It's about, okay, she's human, she fucked up, and she made it up to us.
This
Let's give
is
her-
about winning people
let's give
over.
her a break, or
That's
let's
what
give
this
her a
whole
chance.
situation is about.
Even if
Winning
it's just
people
a
over,
chance.
girl.
You want the chance to prove to people you're not a racist and a colorist.
It's not. I don't need to prove that. I
Okay.
want to prove that I'm sorry.
You tell me now she gonna say she don't need to prove that she's not a racist. You really believe that you don't have to prove that? You mean to tell me that you think that you don't have to prove that you're not a racist? Okay, Erica.
Okay.
And that what I said was not meant in a racial way. And I'm gonna make it up to them. I feel like I owe them that. Especially the people who, I get it. There's people that don't watch the show and have their opinions, but the people who genuinely do watch the show, that every Monday, Mena Monday, you know what I mean? That I've been on this platform for so long. Those are the people that like matter to me. They matter. They matter. They watch me every week. They judge me. They love me. They hate me. It's all part of the job, but they matter. Even if I'm on their shit list this week, because that happens. 1 week in reality, they love you. Next week, they don't. I've been there for 15 years of it. But I'm going to make it up.
How?
I'm going to make this up.
How?
Sad and it went down this way.
No, it's not. No, you're not.
Especially being on this platform for so long, knowing how shitty they did me in the beginning. And it did me 20 times shittier in the end. But those people, I'm going to make it up to them. And I know all I can say is sorry right now. But I'm going to prove that I'm sorry. Because I am. And it's going to take time, and I'm willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to do just that.
Have you been working towards understanding the issues? Because the one thing I will say to you is, because you are a woman raising Black children, and the fact that you want to do the work, and I'm not here to tell you exactly what the work to do. I think you have to find that within yourself. The one thing I will say to you is, because you're raising Black children, you definitely have to educate yourself on the plight of Black people, so that when your child comes home and says, somebody called me a monkey, you understand like exactly what that means. Only you can do the work within yourself to feel comfortable. And
I'm still trying to figure it out. But I know, like even with the new ventures of where my career is going, I'm going to be more mindful in just different situations that I have control over, when it happened, I knew that day. But then I was filming for months and months and months, and I just was like, okay, I knew this day was coming, but I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. And that's okay. What's not okay is how if this was as bad as the network says it is, why wasn't I let go a long time ago?
Because you had a contract to finish up.
I actually would have been more content with that than the way they did it. because you chose to promote something that she did not know about until your producers brought that to her attention.
It was gonna come out either way. It was gonna come out. I don't know why she's steady sitting up here trying to blame this all on production when you know clear as day. It's stuff that they do that is not the best look and they still air it, and she knows that. So why she's sitting up here pretending like she doesn't know that was going to be the case here? Like, girl, stop. You made the comment, and not to mention that, but you got to think about it. You didn't just make the monkey comment, but you did the monkey noises like you knew what you was doing. Girl, what?
Promoted this fight for most of the year to promote this actual show even coming on air. You guys saw bits and pieces of me and Spice and all this stuff during previews for how long? Which means they sat on this for long enough that they could have handled this whole situation different. And I'm not trying to say I'm not wrong. What I'm trying to say as a network and as a franchise, you use and suck us dry for your show to keep going. But when it's time to protect us and do right by us, or maybe wipe something out, because as a whole, collectively, because it's not just us cast. There's other people involved in this. We all are eating from this, right? It's time to be more mindful instead of just always throwing us out there, wringing us out to dry to look fucking sick and not think about our life after this. I found out.
Yeah, how did you find out you were?
I found out this happened Tuesday of August the 28th, 9th, one of those. That Saturday, Instagram went up. I called my lawyer. Did anybody call you?
Wait. So the episode aired on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't find out you were fired from Love and Hip Hop until you went on Instagram and saw
their little safe face statement. I called my lawyer like, did we get a formal pink slip? And does this mean I'm officially free from this contract? Because I was like more excited about that. Because remember, I'm like dying to get out of my fucking options, you know? No letter. When we finally got a response from their lawyers, he claimed he tried to call my lawyer, but the call wouldn't go through.
You found out on social media that you were suspended from filming from Love and Hip Hop.
Mm-hmm. Mind you, that Friday of that week, I was in green screen. I was working. Let's just put it like this. Because of all of this, the whole second half was storyline based around me. So right now, as we speak, they're scrambling, trying to film shit to take out so much of the shit that I was in. Like the whole second half was based on me because of everyone's, like Jessica White is totally on my side. And then, you have other people and Bambi, so it was, we were split it because of all of that. And we've been filming, Yeah.
Have you heard from Bambi and Sierra?
I will never hear from Sierra again because I personally made sure of that. But Bambi, I speak to all the time. That's like my real friend.
And Sierra because of the Safari situation?
I mean, Sierra just because she's weird.
Okay.
She, you can't claim you're my friend and go out the way you did. Because you literally took 20 days just to tell me that my ex-husband was trying to get at you. And I honestly, now that I know her from the upfront and then I was able to pull myself out and look at her from the outside, I really think she contemplated on that, which is why she didn't tell me right off rip. Because if you're really my friend and my ex-husband tries to get at you, are you not going to pick up the fucking call the same moment it happens? Like, yo, get your baby daddy. So yeah, I feel like 20 days to tell me you definitely had some other motives. And then
girl, don't nobody want Safari but you. Do you think that Safari is the only man out there for any woman? Like, girl, do you really believe that Sierra, with her damn mannequin looking ass, really wanted Safari? You are out of your mind. Don't nobody want Safari but you. And the more you keep talking about him, the more you're gonna fuck him. Cause you sitting up here talking about how much of a trashy ass man he is and how bad he did you. And then you were sitting up here screaming to the top of your lungs at the end of last season because you got a divorce and was screaming because he wasn't gonna give you the child support that you wanted, but yet you were still fucking him though. Like, girl, shut up. You really believe you really believe Sierra wanted Safari? Girl, please.
Her going on live to tell the world we weren't friends anymore and give her side of the story is just like, you're like that. Her live legitimized to me she's guilty. Like, she needed to say her side of the story to get approval from the world.
But how is she guilty? She didn't sleep with him. She didn't f them. She didn't fucking want him. So what are you talking about? She never made any advances at Safari. So what are you talking about? The fact is that she told you. It don't matter when she told you, she told you. So, girl, please.
Well, we all know you don't have to do that. Like, reality TV, and you weren't blindsided. That whole conversation, you weren't blindsided. Clearly not, because Bambi knew, and I didn't even know Bambi knew.
Mona Scott Young made a comment in her Insta story saying handled. And then went on a radio show to say she has nothing to do with the show. She wasn't talking about handling you. She was more speaking about, what the network did. How did you feel when you saw that? Because once again, I'm now learning you didn't know you were suspended until you saw it on Instagram. Maybe minutes later, Mona posted handled.
I'm not going to expect anything real from a woman that can't even be real with the people that have helped her make this franchise. It's just simple as that. Especially with me. Like, you knew damn well, woman, you made me sign a contract that was so shitty. And after seeing Jocelyn's interview, I feel like, oh yeah, this bitch thought I was just straight, worthless. Because to hear that Jocelyn kept getting money as she shot out the ass. So it's like so, I just feel like she has never really done right by any of us besides maybe Yandy, but that's her professional ass kisser. So, but I mean, let's talk about it. Besides Cardi B, who has really been able to really blossom from this franchise? And I think
K. Michelle has, and so has Jocelyn. So what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Cardi B is not the only one. Erica's just dumb, and I can't with her. She's just stupid.
I think it's made that way, structured that way. Because we watch your shows and how women are able to go through their ugly times, but they're still presented in a way where, regardless of you agree with them or you're going, like it's a connection. Like, you see them as humans. You're like, oh, okay. Like, I may not gone through that, but I feel for you. Like, it's just how it's formulated, right? Married to Medicine is one of my favorites. Like how, like these women go through really real life shit. They might not be in the hip hop world, but they have their moments, they have their, but I'm sure on set with you guys aren't pouring liquor down your cast throat right before scenes either. It's formulated. And I'm not knocking it because I've been on it long enough. But I'm just, now that I'm able to really talk about it because nobody owns shit, let's just call it what it is. They know what they're doing. I mean, how many times Have I walked into scenes that you guys have seen on air and I'm blindsided by people and things of that nature?
But you've been on the show for so long and you kept coming back to the show. Girl, please. And you talking about Carlos King shows when all of the men on them shows are toxic as hell and they treat their women like shit and they treat their women like they own them. Like, girl, but Carlos shows are not a great representation.
And it's like you can still give real-time television without ambushing people and without, taking advantage of their pain and making it so much more disgraceful than it is. Because editing is, we're not considered in the end. They're like, even now. Yeah, I said what I said, but the way you handled me, do you guys not want me to have a life after this? After giving you 15 years of my life, where you guys got a chance to take every relationship I've ever had? How many moments I've had on Love and Hip Hop where I could have had a moment from the time I tried to perform my first single to this, to my, every fucking time I had something good, down to my lipstick launch in the middle of the Bronx, which was the worst thing they could possibly do. My whole family's there. They bring some broad in that Rich is quote unquote to approach me at a real event that I'm having. And it became World War I. You started a fight with someone that has a room full of cousins that's ready to rumble. That was all over TMZ. It was one of the earlier years of me and, Rich. But it's like, I never got a chance to just have a good moment for the audience and for them to be proud of me until I got married. And even that, they shitted on me because it was supposed to be a wedding special. And it ended up being about Joe and Tahiri and who the fuck wasn't invited and who was invited to my wedding, as opposed to showing them, the issues I was going through with my mom or me with my son, or like real moments that led up to the wedding. It was supposed to be a special, like they made half of my wedding special into bullshit that nobody gave a fuck about.
We didn't give a fuck about your wedding, and we didn't give a fuck about your marriage, and we didn't give a fuck about anything else that you had going on. The reason why they put all these other instances on that is because they wanted to make it more entertaining so we could care. So, because without those things, we didn't give up. So, Erica, shut up.
Also, when it comes to Mona, I appreciate her seeing that I'm a fucking star, because who couldn't? And I appreciate the fact that eventually, because my day of filming Love and Hip Hop, Mona was right outside. So Mona used to get my raps when I used to get set up. When my song got taken away, I left the studio after punching a hole in the wall and went right to Mona's truck. Because, yeah, she was on set. Those are the days that I was filming. I went right to the motherfucking boss. You bitch, you just fucking set me up. Really? My fucking song? So she has a different kind of rapport with me, because obviously those times I didn't care who the fuck she was. It is what it is. But,
what did you think about the Colorist special and the fact that you weren't even invited if it was to?
They didn't do it because they genuinely wanted to or felt that they needed to. They did it because they had to. Which is why they brought in the cast that they brought in to sign NDAs, and they got that extra little check and so on and so forth. And they also knew who to pick to do that. Because truth be told, that segment should have been implemented in our Love and Hip Hop franchise for a lot of things going back to the early days. If you really meant it, you should have been doing this after a lot of other episodes that happened years ago for different topics and things like that. If you really want to make it because you need to teach our community something, there's a lot of shit on this franchise that has been allowed and exploited, and they got ratings from, and this, that, and a third. They did that because at the end of the day, sponsors pay the bills, and when sponsors pull out, they got to figure it out. And really, honestly, it should have been me and Spice.
I think we all felt like if that was the intention, then yeah, it should have been you and Spice to have the conversation.
But they didn't want me to express these details like a producer informing her and, you know, how she really ranted for a week about everything under the sun, from my vagina having chlamydia to whatever the fuck she could possibly think of, for a week and change. Literally, this bitch subbed me for I don't even know how long. Not once did she make about it being that until she was told. And when she was told, they told her to keep it on the wrap so they could film on it. So much so they sent her in saying the wrong shit, which is why it went from what I said, blue, to what she said, black. And then I also want to bring to light how I know people were like, oh, Yandy tried to explain things to her and blah, blah, blah. Yandy has called me an ass monkey. You think I'm going to sit up there and talk to a woman about what I said to another woman, but yet 2015.
That is not the same. That is not the same. Once again, that is not the same. Her calling you an ass monkey is not the same thing. Why? Because monkey is a racial slur for black people, not motherfucking Latinas, you dumbass.
Hot 97 with Ebro in the morning. This bitch called me an ass monkey 5 different times.
Yandy called you an ass monkey?
Ass monkey. If you want to go.
It's not the same.
Because Mona is gonna film with you. If you want to act like an ass monkey and have a girl and have a guy and you sleeping in there, then you're gonna be an ass monkey. Of course they're gonna film you. So when I said you weren't offended, you chose to be offended, that's what I was getting at. Is that you could have been offended at the fact that this woman talked about my kid, but you chose to be offended about her saying that I said this word. But you are guilty of calling me the same thing. So how can I take you serious to talk to me and lecture me and school me about something you're guilty of? So at that point, and honestly, this was done they didn't show the scene, obviously, but they show clips of it for their special. Only the clips that were beneficial to what the narrative they were trying to portray. But that particular scene where you see me talking to Yandy, I was at Bambi's
narrative that they're trying to portray. A narrative that you started when you said the shit, dumbass.
quote unquote bachelorette party that they literally put together just so everyone can approach me on this comment. They even had poor Shakana in the building, knowing damn well Shakana don't even like Bambi. Okay. So I guess they thought everyone was supposed to give it to me. Shakana was scared as shit, came to set with security. Okay. Sierra didn't know what to fucking do, but do what she do best. The only people that really had anything to say and could say anything was Kurt, Rashida, and Yandy. And honestly, Kurt and his 4 earrings and Rashida, they can't tell me anything. I mean, you did a whole live picking a side and you didn't even hear my side of the story. You may be closer to Spice, but the right thing to be, if you're going to do this right, is hear both sides and then pick a side, right?
But Kirk and Georgia Prune couldn't tell me nothing. Kirk and Georgia Prune could even tell me what the weather is. So, yeah, girl.
So that this way, when you're filming, you know what the fuck you're doing. No, you just went off with Spice, went on live. He even made comments like, oh, I know Spice is a good mom. The other one, not so much. Da, da, da. So you got Kurt, his 4 earrings, and Rashida doing lives. Then you got Spice doing live. Then you got Yandy claiming she feels some type of way. You got my number, shorty. Why you couldn't call me? No, you waited to this scene that they put together. Then you want to approach me about something that I said that you called me just 2015. So I would have heard her out. Why not? Like, everybody should be heard out. But I'm not going to hear you out when I know and I've heard. I have it right here in my phone. You straight up called me an ass monkey. Straight up. So like, why should I have this conversation with you? You're the wrong person to have this with. And that's why I said, it's like, you chose to be a...
How the fuck is she the wrong person to have a conversation with just because she called you a damn ass monkey? Girl, you're dumb and you're willfully ignorant and you're not even trying to understand where the offense comes from. But I really believe that you know where the offense come from and you refuse to really take ownership of your actions. Shout out to my bestie giving you the real tea that's in the building. This girl is stupid. She is stupid. Stupid.
offended. Because I could have been offended when you call me an ass monkey, but I'm like, oh.
You're not offended because monkey does not apply to you. Monkey applies to people like myself. Monkey applies to dark-skinned people. Monkey applies to black people in general. You're not offended by the comment monkey because it's not a racial slur to you, you dumb. Almost said it again.
It's an insult. To me, it's like, okay, you're insulting me. And I've been called a monkey. You acting like a damn, like, it's a common word. And that's why I said it's such a fucked up scenario, because it's like, it's something that is normally used around people, like in front of me by people of color. I'm guilty, obviously, of using it, but it's not in the intention of being racist.
This girl.
But that's why it's like, okay, I realize more than ever, I have a bigger responsibility. Who gives a fuck what's normal around you? You kind of have to set the tone.
Yes. You have
and that's what this is for me. This is
the
the reality of how, regardless to what people say I'm irrelevant, there's power in things that I say, and there's power in the things that I do. And now that I really realize the power in what I have, that's what I say. That's why I keep saying I'm going to make this up. Because
you can't make it up.
I don't know how, but I know God is going to give me that because I genuinely want that. I know I'm going to be put in a position where I can do that. I'm praying for it. I'm asking for it, and I'm doing the work for it. I just don't have the answer for it. But it wasn't that I didn't want to hear what Yandy was saying. It was just, this is the wrong teacher for me. So
what's next for you now? Because Love and Hip Hop thing happened, and then All Black said something in regards to Hush. And
I worked my ass off to bring Gina to life. I was filming Love and Hip Hop and Hush at the same time. My cast, my own cast, the production, the behind the scenes, Bree, Chuck, especially because they gave me that opportunity. They wrote Gina and saw me fitting for that. And I don't know if you watched it, but it's a really good show. And I'm obsessed with my character. And ironically enough, I'm playing a reality girl, but I'm telling a story that's not my own. And I get a break. I get to still bring life to something and tell a story. To have that taken from me, and it's not even because, I'm not going to be a part of it anymore. It's that I know what goes into it. All the behind the scenes people that I love, and like I said, Bree, Chuck, like they gave me this opportunity. Safali, who's like the set director, she's the one who spoke my name into the room. This is a new chapter, it's a new production in my life that I fell so deeply in love with. And to have it be taken, and now I'm not a part of it because of that, something I was genuinely trying to leave and finish.
Because of that? No, because of what the fuck you said. Because you were a racist. Because you showed your true colors. It's not that. It's because of what the fuck you did.
Put behind me. That's the low blow. First is the people that I let down in this. The people who feel some type of way because of this. And then it's the families that I've created in my acting career that I rub elbows with and I create beautiful stuff with. Because we all have plans. Like Hush this season, so good. So good. I'm just grateful that I can say I was a part of it for how long I was. I'm gonna miss playing Gina. She was very, very relatable. And like I said, when you have something good, you're working on it, you know what it's like, a new show. And I haven't had this new for a while, so it was kind of cool. It was like, oh, I'm ending this, and here I am with Hush, and we got picked up immediately for a second season, and this season is so good. We all dived in. We got TC Madison, we got, Candace who's on it, and like, we're girls that are not a part of this acting world, but here we are, and we're fucking killing it. And then we have Carrie Woods and Joyful Drake, and just so many great people that are part of this production. I'm just like, I'm sorry if I let y'all down, because we genuinely did have big plans for Hush.
Last question for what's next for you?
We don't care, Carlos.
I want a private life.
I think I could turn it off now. First of all, the thing that I can say about this interview is that it was putting me to sleep. First of all, I was damn near asleep listening to this shit, listening to her lie, listening to her constantly try to constantly. Oh, y'all saw the TC Madison too, because I was trying to figure out who the fuck was TC Madison. But okay. What else? We don't care. I was falling asleep on this damn interview because she wasn't doing nothing but telling me that she didn't give a. That's all that she was doing, honestly. Like for real. Like that girl is something serious with herself, and she really don't think that anything that she did was wrong. So what we're about to do now, we're about to get into, because you know that she threw some shade at Sierra in this interview, right? And Sierra has some things to say in regards to that. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Now, this is what happened. Now, Sierra clapped back at Erica. So the Neighborhood Talks original post stated that Erica spoke on her friendship with Sierra. And then if y'all remember, Sierra got on live a few months ago to defend herself after it was revealed that Safari attempted to get at Sierra. Now, Erica believes that Sierra was low-key contemplating getting with Safari, which is why she waited, all right? Now, this is what Sierra said in the comments. Goodbye. You just mad because I spoke up and said you was wrong for calling Spice a black monkey and made the monkey sounds. You always had a complex about your lighter skin. Don't make me tell it, because I was always on your, because I loved you. Bye. And again, don't nobody want no ticking time bomb ass Safari. We literally watched you go from 160 pounds to 99, and we had to nurture you back to life when he cheated on you, and I didn't want to break your heart again. Okay, that's what Sierra said, but she also had more to say. And another thing, good if you knew you blindsided me, lying ass girl, and you will see when Love and Hip Hop come on how she did Zell when they got locked up using her lighter skin privilege, talking about she a black girl on her mugshot. Bitch, please, you wanna be. Now that's what Sierra said. Okay, let me see. I think there's something else that was said here. I think that might be it. That might be it. Yeah, that is it. That is it. That is it. That's it. Okay, so that's what Erica and that's what shit. That's what Sierra said about Miss Erica. That's what she said. First of all, I believe every solitary word that Sierra said. I definitely think that Erica is a dumbass. I think that she's delusional. I think that she really and truly wants to be black. She'll do anything to be black. she's willfully obtuse. Number one. Number two, but at the same time, she's really not obtuse because she knows. Number three, Carlos King kept trying to get her to apologize to the black community, and her dumb ass wouldn't do it. And then she just doesn't see any fault in what she did. She doesn't care about what she did, and she doesn't think that what she did was wrong at all. So it's just like, to me, it's like, the interview was really a waste of time, and I get it. Carlos goes after the interviews that he feel like gonna give him the hits and the views, because everybody was gonna watch this interview. No matter what we say, everybody was going to watch this interview to see what this dumbass broad had to say. And we all did. I mean, I did, Now I refuse to cover that first part of this damn interview because I didn't give a fuck about her childhood, or what her experiences was, or any of that. I didn't give not one fuck about none of that. But at the end of the day, she didn't do anything to help herself. She only made herself look absolutely ridiculous this entire time. That's all she did. There was nothing that she could do to make herself look good at all. So what I'm gonna need for her to do is to stop doing interviews, because she's not genuine at all. She's not genuine, and nothing that she did is genuine. Now, before we go, I see Janika is in the comments. And I know that Janika is a mod. Um, Janika, do you have an Instagram? Because at least the majority of my moderators are in an Instagram group chat. Most of the time they be talking amongst their damn selves. Half the time I peek in and I see all the conversations. They're just like family to each other. They like cousins at this point. They be up in there talking to each other in their damn chat. But I got the mod chat simply for, when I'm letting them know when I'm going live, what I'm doing, so they can be in. So they can be in the comments to do their mod duties and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if Janika has an Instagram, but we definitely have an Instagram moderator group. And if you do have an Instagram, can you please put it in the chat? And I think one of the moderators could actually add you to the group themselves instead of me. Oh, I didn't even know you was following me. Diego, Kimmy, Mo Media, Too Feisty. Can one of y'all go ahead and add her to the group? Because she just put her name, she just put her Instagram name in there. Or do I have to do it? I'm trying to see first before I go over there. Because if I don't, let me see something. Be right back, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 minute, honey. Let me see. You don't have to do it. Let's see something here. Let me see some. Oh, y'all already added her. All right, so that's about it. So with that being said, y'all, I'm about to go on and get up off of here, y'all. I'm about to go on and get up off of here, and y'all gonna have a good time with this shit. So I'll see y'all another time. I'll probably have another video out, but thank y'all for watching, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later, y'all. Bye, y'all.